Okay, so in number 3 here, we have a couple of branches, and this is hyperbola graph clearly. And they want us to write the standard equation for the hyperbola graph above. So it's kind of working backwards. In other words, they're starting us with the graph, and they want us to come up with the equation. Okay, so how are we going to do it? Well, let's go and let's look at the notes. So here are the notes on graphing hyperbolas centered at the origin. So how do we do it? Well, notice when if there's x squared positive in the front, the branches go right, left. And if there's y squared positive in the front, then the branches go up, down. Which one do we have? Up, down, right? The branches are going up and down. So we have up, down branches. So what does that mean? It's y squared. That implies that y squared is positive in the front. So we're going to have y squared over minus x squared over equals 1. Good so far? See how I'm coming up with the equation based on what we know so far. Anyway, it's going to be a minus, right? As you look at the equations, it's going to be minus in between. It's going to be one that looks like this with the branches going up and down. So it's going to have y squared in the front. I just need to find the a squared and the b squared. All right, just the a squared and the b squared. Okay. Well, what are they? Well, the a, whatever's underneath y, that's got to be how far up and down. Well, that's 3 and negative 3. So that's got to be 3 squared or 9. Let's go look. Let me show you on the picture, right? This is up a, so it's 0a, and this is a squared. See that? This is up a, and this is a squared. Let me make that bigger for you. Goes underneath y. Do you see that right there? So again, however far to the top of the box, that squared goes under y, because y is up, down. And then however far to the right of the box, let's just do them both right now. However far to the right edge of the box, that's b, right? This is b0. That squared goes underneath x, doesn't it? So again, whatever is in the box, up and down, that squared goes under y, because y is up, down. Whatever's in the box, right and left, that squared goes underneath x, because x is right and left. Okay. So then up, down is 3, so that's why I put 3 squared. If you say, what about minus 3 squared? It's the same thing. 3 squared minus 3 squared, it's 9 either way, right? So it doesn't matter. Now what's going to go under the x? I don't see the box exactly. Well, you actually can see the box. I mean, we could finish the box. I should say if we go right here, right, and then we go over until we hit the asymptote line. That's got to be the corner of the box there. Do you see? Because that's where I hit the asymptote line. You might be wondering, well, how'd you know how far to go? Well, let me do that again. We know this is the top and this is the bottom, right? Well, let me make sure you do know that, because the branch hits the top middle of the box and the bottom middle of the box. Just look at the picture. See how the branch is hitting the middle of the box and this branch is hitting the middle of the box. So when they tell you how high up that is, that's the top of the box, right? So getting back to it, this right here where the branch hits, this must be the top of the box. So therefore this is the top of the box. Okay. Well, how do you know what the sides are? Well, do you see the top of the box and the side of the box meet at the asymptote line, don't they? Do you see that? At all 4 of these corners where the sides and at all 4 corners, that's where the asymptote lines hit. So if I'm moving this box over, boom, right there has got to be the side, doesn't it? You see that? And boom, right here has got to be said. You've got to make the asymptote lines go right through the corners. That's what I mean to say. That's better said, right? See how the asymptote line goes right through the corner? So that must be the box, because that way the asymptote line is going right through the corners. So there's our box. Okay, well, why is that so important? Well, because then we can find our x. Remember? How far to the right? 6. So this is 6 squared. And we've got it. You see what I just did there? So one more time. I looked and I said, okay, the branches are up, down. So up, down, like this. Y squared in the front. Y is up, down. And then whatever, however high to the top of the box, that squared goes under y because y is up, down. However far right to the edge of the box, that goes under x because x is right, left. And so once I knew the box, that was a piece of cake. Up 3, 3 squared under y, right 6, 6 squared under x. Done. You can put it in that way. It'll take it that way. Or if you want to write just 9 and this 36, it'll take it either way. Both are good. In other words, you could literally type in this is your answer, or you could type in this is your answer. It'll take either one. Both are good. And so there we go. We worked backwards from a graph to an equation.